This video is brought to you by patreon.com/worsttake. Get access to exclusive live streams and Discord servers, on-screen shoutouts, and early access to some videos when you join now. Help make sure that we can continue to make content like this by supporting the Patreon. Links are in the description down below. Right, another week, another mock draft. This week, my twist on the mock draft formula is that we're going to go over some other people's mock draft. I have one from NFL.com. I have another one from Pro Football Focus. Look at where they think the Browns are going to be focused on in the draft, and then we'll do a couple of mocks here. And then we'll talk about what I think the Browns are going to do, what UDFAs may they look out for, who might be available after the draft, all of that stuff. So let's kind of just jump into it. So first, we're going to pull up some mock drafts. So the first one that I have here is from Pro Football Focus. You can see here that they have the Browns taking at 54, Roman Wilson, wide receiver out of Michigan. Not going to lie, if the Browns went this direction, I would not be upset. I do like Roman Wilson. I think he's a good prospect. I think he's going to be a fine wide receiver in the NFL. I just would be surprised that the Browns would go that direction with guys like Christian Haynes still available. Let's see why Keon Coleman in this mock is still available. Like, I don't see the Browns valuing Roman Wilson over Keon Coleman, or at least I don't see myself valuing Roman Wilson over Keon Coleman. You still have, some tackles on the board. I just don't see that being the direction that the Browns will go in. Then we're going to swing around to pick 85 here, where the Cleveland Browns pick, according to Pro Football Focus, Cedric Dre, linebacker. It makes sense. The Browns do need a linebacker. Jermaine Burton taken right before this, who would be a target for the Cleveland Browns. Not really surprised here. Wouldn't be too shocked if they went along that direction. I do not think, me personally, that the Browns are going to spend their first two picks of this draft on a linebacker and on a wide receiver. That wouldn't make much sense, especially if those two players aren't necessarily going to be the best ones available on the board at that time where the Browns select. So that's not something that's not a mock that I really agree with, but it is one that's out there. Let's talk about my guy Chad Ryder's mock. He has a 5-round mock available on NFL.com. You can look at it. We'll look at it pick by pick. First, he has pick 54 for the Cleveland Browns, and he projects, and this is shocking to me, Edgerrin Cooper, linebacker out of Texas A&M. Again, I would be shocked if this is the direction that the Cleveland Browns went. Like Roger Rosengarten going at 58. I would think the Browns would value tackle a little bit more. Maybe even guard with Brandon Coleman still being there. T'Vondre Sweat still available. I just don't see them valuing that stand-up linebacker position so much. And think about like what it took for the Browns to draft the linebacker in the 50s. The last time they did it, it took a first-round prospect in JOK falling all the way to them, and then them trading up to 50 to take JOK. I do not believe that Edgerrin Cooper is somebody that they see in that same light as JOK, so I would doubt it. Again, also keep in mind, like when you see these mocks, like some of these player projections are all over the place. I've seen anywhere from 4th round to 1st round with Roger Rosengarten. The values are just fluctuating all over the place. We really don't know where anybody's going to go. Mason McCormick, who on the Pro Football Focus draft, you can pick up pretty routinely in the 3rd round. He's gone pretty much here at pick 64 before the 3rd round even starts. But let's get to the 3rd round, see what he mocked here. The Browns at pick 85 take Kieran. I can't pronounce that. Kieran A. Somebody give me the correct pronunciation in chat, or at least shoot me towards a team guide for that. But Kieran taking here. The only issue I have with this is like I've never not seen him available in the third round that often, to be honest. But yeah, if he's there, they would take him. Keon Coleman going all the way, goddamn down to 91. Are we kidding? Are we serious right now? If Keon Coleman is there, dog, they're taking him. What? No way that you let Keon Coleman get to 93. 93. I mean, talk about talking yourself out of a good player. You would think people would learn their lesson after like DeJuan Jones last year, but okay. Yeah, I don't see the Browns going that direction that this mock has. I don't really buy it, me personally, but not my mock. Browns don't have a fourth round pick. Let's go to the fifth round here, where the Browns will select, I believe it's Jaheim Bell, who I would be surprised is available at 156. Those are the mock drafts. Let's go to our own mock. Now, all right, so those are the external mock drafts. Let's go to our own mock here. We're going to do 7 rounds. We're going to go fast mode here. Now, I'm going to make it a point in this one to not trade back, to illustrate why I think the Browns ought to trade back, because I think it would just benefit them in the long run to trade back. But let's see what happens here. All right, 7 round mock. Browns have pick 54, 85, 156, 206, 243. So they start with 5 picks. Let's see what's available at 54. I love that it goes haywire, right? All right, so let's kind of just skim here and see who went before, because that's where all those tackles have been going here. Patrick Paul, Jordan Morgan gone, Roger Rosengarten gone at 34. Hey, man, the closer and closer we get to the draft, the closer and closer I get to saying this. If Roger Rosengarten is there at pick 22 in the second round, you should probably just take him. Now, I know people are arguing right now whether he's a right or left tackle. I think he can play left tackle. I think he's athletic enough to do it. I saw him do it at the Senior Bowl. Kingsley and Roger, I think, are the last 2 tackles in this class that could be starters that you can get in the second round. If they're going to be gone early second, it's over with. You're not going to get a hand on those guys. But if you can get them in that 50s, you should take them. So hopefully that rolls your way. So in this mock, let's see who is available. Wide receiver wise, Jermaine Burton, Keon Coleman. I'm probably going to take Keon Coleman. I'm being a buck with you. Offensive tackle wise, you have Kieran there. I like Keon more than I like Kieran as a prospect, so that's going to weigh that one out there. Christian Haynes is there, but McCormick's still there at 94. I feel like I could snake back into the third round and get McCormick. This is a situation where I would love to trade back about 10 picks, right? Maybe pick up Christian Haynes, see if Keon Coleman's on the board. But since I'm not going to trade back, I'm just going to take Keon Coleman, because I would say that's a first round grade wide receiver that's available right now. All right, we're here at the Browns pick in the third round. You can see what's available here. You can go Trey Benson if you want, but with Donta Foreman, it does change how the Browns kind of approach this. You already got wide receiver, so that's completely off the board here. Offensive tackle, Puny's more of a guard. There's not really any interesting tackles available. Let's see what guards looking like. Can I still get my guy McCormick? I can. I'll take McCormick. And then you have this long wait after the 4th round. It's a brutal wait for this team. You have this long wait. And then you get here, Jordan Travis just went. And on the Brown, this is where I look at tight end. Jaheim Bell is there. AJ Barner is there still. So I'm not too eager to go tight end right now. Let's see what tackle's looking like. Nah, I would feel comfortable like a 6th or 7th on Javon Foster, but not a 5th. So how about we go linebacker here? See what's available. Hmm. See what JB's thing or what's his athletic? Run defense grade, tackle. Let's take a linebacker here. So you take a linebacker. And then you wait, you wait, and you see why I don't think it's optimal for the Browns to pick like this. Um, Man, we'll get Ethan. Is Javon still available or is he gone? Okay, yeah, we'll get Ethan. He's a long guy, real raw. Saw him at the Senior Bowl. He has a lot to learn. He was holding a lot at the Senior Bowl. And then we'll go Reverend Ford here. All right, so that's what would happen if the Browns just kind of stick where they're at. Don't really love this one. I mean, you do get Keon Coleman, right? And I would be happy to get Keon Coleman. Mason McCormick, I do think can develop into a guard. You get a linebacker you could throw there. Maybe you get a possible with Ethan Driscoll, real raw prospect. Brevin Spanford too there as well. So that is that. Let's do a new mock draft. Let's change with the settings here. Let's kind of go right here, right? Let's move a little bit towards that. Let's go here. Draft for needs. Teams don't really draft for need that much. Let's go middle, and then randomness. Always good to edge that up a bit. Well, no, let's keep randomness right there. All right, let's do it again. But this time we're going to consider trades. We're here at 54. Keon Coleman is there. What kind of trades are available? So the Houston Texans want to trade, the Carolina Panthers want to trade, and the Las Vegas Raiders want to trade. Of all these three teams, Houston has picks I want. All right, so they want to swap here. Give me 86. They're not really interested in giving me 86. What if I give them 208? What if I give them 156? Okay. I'm not trading anything next year for their 86. So here, and then we can do a pick swap. So you can get one. Well, no, I would get 188. So 206. I'll take 238 off your hands. And you can also move up in the 7th round. And we'll do a pick swap there. I want 123. Nope, not gonna get that. Be honest, I don't love this one. Oh no. I'm gonna give up my whole draft here. So if I give up one, I'm not really gaining any picks in this trade. I don't really like that at all. Let's see what Carolina wants. So 65. And then I would get 101, and they would like that one. Then I get all these like 5th round picks. I don't really want those 5th round picks, to be honest with you. I'm not really interested in this one. Moving back here, they don't have the ammunition. Because honestly, if I were moving back to 77, like you got to give me like a 3rd. Can I get a 2nd? You got to give me like a 3rd for that. Maybe even a 5th. What else are you going to give me next year? A 5th next year. And then let me move up here and then here. That would almost be worth it, but since I'm doing a mock draft for this year, like that wouldn't be very entertaining if I did that. But that might be something that the Browns do. We're like, hey, we'll move all the way back to the 3rd round. We'll give you an extra 2nd round pick, but we're gonna get a 3rd and a 5th next year with a 5th this year and your 3rd as well. So might be something that the Browns do. Let's go back to Houston. Let's try to find a way to make a trade here. So they want to move up a couple spots. I'm fine to move back a couple spots. I'm not going to be too pressed about it, especially who's available. Kingsley's gone. Jordan's gone. Rodgers there, be honest with you. kind of just want to take Roger. But if I can get 86, it's almost worth it to risk it because I also know Keon Coleman's there. So that's my thinking. Let's see again if we can work something out to get 86. I'm thinking if you want to move up 4 spots, you give me 86 and I'll give you 206. They don't want to do that. Okay. I'll give you 206 and Detroit's 6th round pick next year. How about that? And then we can just swap 6s. So how about that? And throw me that. All right, so let's see if we can get this one through. They didn't like that trade. Okay. I'm not willing to give them 156, like unless they're giving me 127 or something like that. That'd be a double move back. It's not gonna happen. How about this? You give me 86. I want the extra pick. You gotta give me an extra pick. Give me 186 and then we can make this happen. They don't want to make it happen. Okay. Yeah, I'm not willing to move all the way back with Carolina. Let's see if I could just get 123 from it then. They're not willing to give me that 3rd. Okay. Let's see. What can we get? 123, 127? Would that be worth it? And I could throw you 243. So 127, 123. Let's see if we can get 188. No. Give you 243. Is that worth it? Move back 4 spots. We get our, because we couldn't get that 3rd. But if we get that 4th, we get another 4th. We get a 5th. All we do is move back a couple spots and give up a 7th. You know what? Let me put this over the top because we're running out of. I'm going to give them Minnesota 7th. I get 189 if I give them Detroit 6 next year. Nah, okay. So, yeah, I'm fine with this. See if this happens. They didn't want that? Are you fucking kidding me? I could move this to 206, but you gotta give me 189. You're not willing to do that. All right. It's my final offer. I'll give him 206. Well, actually, no, 7th round, and I'll give you Detroit's 6th round next year. That's my final offer. Right? Or else I'm just gonna take Roger Rosen right now. So 54, I'm giving Detroit. I mean not Detroit. I'm giving Houston 54, 243, and Detroit's 6th round pick next year. In exchange for 59. So I move back 5 spots. And I pick up 123, 127, 188, or basically pick 243 and moving back. It's my final offer. If this doesn't happen, I'm just going to take Roger Rosengarten and get on with my life. They took it. Okay. So now we sweat it out, right? Let's go slow here. Now we sweat it out and see what happens. We got a few spots. How many teams have tackle listed? Dallas has tackle listed as a need, but they're the only team. Maybe the Packers. We'll see. Who do they take? They take Rook. I'm fine with that. The Dolphins take Patrick Paul. Fine with that. Javon Bullard. Fine with that. Keon Coleman gone. Okay. Just make sure I get okay. Cool. So my packet almost died, right? Keon, Jalen Polk. Ooh. But we're going to get Roger Rosengarten here. So we're going to just take Roger here. Let me move it off of slow because this is going to take forever. You talk about a long ass video. Let's move back to turbo. Okay. Now we're at pick 85. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got 7 picks in this draft. Johnny Wilson is there. Big guy. A lot of people think you could turn him into a tight end. I'm always wary about stuff like that because, like, if he could be a tight end, but like he would be a tight end. Mason McCormick is still there. I'm leaning towards that. See what wide receivers are available. Yeah, nothing's moving me off of McCormick here. About linebacker. Jeremiah Trotter is there. It's not bad. Cedric Gray is there, but I feel like I can get him with one of my 4th round picks, so I don't have to reach. And then the best players available. Yeah, let's go McCormick. Let's get the guard. I want the guard I like. Let's get the guard here. Is there anybody that I have, like, where's tight end at? Because that's been a position where, hey, if I wait too long, it kind of starts to stink. Now, I think I can get Ben Sinnett at 123. We'll see. So I see a couple teams that have tight ends listed as their needs. A lot of teams do. So I have a bunch of extra picks. I could trade up if I wanted to. I can also kind of wait it out. We'll slow the draft down just a little bit here. But yeah, I'm going to get Benson later, hopefully. I'm going to take a guard here. I'm going to take Mason McCormick. That's the one I like. Okay. Keep my eye on the pause button. No tight ends. No tight end. 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 Okay. Michael Hall's gone. Might have considered trading up for him if he made it past like 110. Okay. Okay. Jets. Hey, buddy. Move up. Move up here. I'll give you that. You want 206? Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's give you 206. I don't need 206. Want to do this trade? Let's do this trade. Offer trade. They don't want to do it. All right. You know what? 206. Give 188. They'll do that. They'll accept that one. So that's a little bit too sweet. Minnesota 7th. You want that Minnesota 7th? I'm going to take that Minnesota 7th. Come on. That's a good package. That's a good package right there. Let's go ahead. Take that. Did they take it? No, they just decided to take a player. All right. All right. That's fine. Okay. We're back. I think we're still going to be able to get our guy. Yep. We're going to take men right here. Get a tight end. Boom. Get out the way. Cam Hart. All right. Let's see if we got a tackle available. Is there anybody I like? There's not really room on the Browns roster for a tackle right now. McKinley Johnson, I believe he's undersized. I saw him at the Senior Bowl. Really good motor, kind of undersized. Might be wrong about that. There were some similar helmets there. Dwayne Carter. This might be time for a linebacker, to be honest with you. Cedric Gray. It makes sense with everybody. I'm feeling Cedric Gray right here. I feel like this is the area to get Cedric. I mean, there's not anything at wide receiver stopping me. There's not anything at any of these positions really stopping me. So I'm going to go Cedric Gray. That's who we're going to turn the card in over for linebacker. And do it. And then we're going to get here to 156. Now, we already got guard. We already got tackle. We already covered tight end. So we covered the trenches pretty thoroughly with our last few picks. Now, we can just kind of have fun. Okay. Dylan Laub is there. Javon Foster is there, but we already took a tackle. Let's see. Any fun wide receivers? Not really. What about interior guys? Not really. So Joe Milton, we could take Joe Milton. I mean, honestly, I would wait till like 188 to even consider something like that. I like Dylan Laub though. I'm gonna take Dylan Laub. Let's get a running back. Let's just give him a shot in camp, see what he can do. Maybe he can take Naheem Hines' job. Maybe he won't. Maybe he'll compete as a wide receiver and kind of be in that awkward role that Demetric Felton was in. So let's take him. All right. Yeah. Joe Milton is still there. Not really. Not really interested in it. I know some people think he could be a tight end. I don't think he will, but you know what? When all falls down, corner stands up for the Cleveland Browns. It's always a position where they go to. I think we need some defensive guys. So I'm just going to go here, look at all the defensive guys. Oh, Jalen Green. Yeah, let's go get Jalen Green. Let's get an edge guy. Let him compete. And in 206, Joe Milton just went before me. Let's get Frank Gore Jr. Let's just get another guy to be there in camp. We already have 1 million running backs on the roster. Probably going to cut like a good chunk of them before camp starts. So, yeah, why not Frank Gore Jr.? Why not try it out, see what happens here? Ignore this trade. I'm not doing this trade for real. I'm just doing this trade to see something real quick. Yeah, I'm not doing this trade for real. Okay, so did the trade, got Roger, got the PFF hates this, but then if you go on their mocks, they have Roger going early in the second round. So make up your mind, PFF. Mason McCormick, Ben Snott, really like him as a tight end prospect. Cedric Gray, Dylan Laub, Jalen Green, Frank Gore. Obviously, I don't think this is a draft where all of these guys are going to make the roster. If the Browns do a trade like this, they probably won't be as aggressive in pick accumulation. I made it so they took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys. They'll probably be fine with taking 5 guys or 6 guys, right? They already have 5 picks. They might trade back in a way where they move up their 5 picks, but they're not taking more than 5 players in this draft. In this scenario, I will be looking at Brevin Spanford as a UDFA. I would be looking at Frank Gore Jr. as a UDFA. We'll see what happens with Joe Milton, but there will be some guys that you look for exclusively as UDFAs. That's my mock draft. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Y'all have a great day. Have an even better night. Peace.